Today I'm going to be presenting a speech about why every family should have a dog. First, I'm going to speak to the parents, and second, I'm going to present it to the children. First, to the parents. Do you want your home to feel more secure? Do you want your family to feel more whole? Then you should get a dog. The reasons are because your family will never feel really safe unless you have like a really expensive security system if they don't have a dog. A dog can let you know when something bad's about to happen by barking or just like climbing all over you. Like if you're asleep, they might just go jump on the bed with you and let you know that something's happening. And when I had my first pet, I always felt like I had somebody with me and that I was always protected. One time I even tried to run away with my pet and I still felt protected even though I was walking through like a pasture when my parents found me. But every family should have a dog because you really feel more safe when you have one. And your family will never feel as whole if you don't have a dog. When you have a dog, you always feel like you have a friend there. And even if you have children, then it just feels like there are more children there, and they always keep your children entertained. So you don't have to worry about taking your kids to the park every day or taking them swimming every day. You could just have them play with their dog all day. And I know when I was little, I really enjoyed just hanging out with my dog. She went basically everywhere with me. Like we would go outside together, we would play in the backyard, we would go for a walk together. I know I always love taking my dog for a walk, and that's also a really good exercise for your children. And when you have a dog, you always feel like you have a responsibility, and that's where your children could really use or learn responsibility from having to feed their dog, from having to clean up the backyard from the dog. And it's always nice to have a dog because you have a friend with you, and it just makes your home feel more secure. So I feel like every family should have a dog. Next, I'm going to present it to the children. Do you want to have a friend that can always be with you? Then you should get a dog. When I had my first pet, it was like I had a friend with me all the time. We could play any game because she would just follow me around. We could go for a walk anytime around our house. She could come inside, we could go outside, and I just always had a friend. Sometimes your parents won't let your friends come over because you're too little. So when that happens, you could just have your dog, pretend like it's one of your friends. I know I used to always do that. I used to pretend like my dog was an actual person. And it was just really nice to always have someone to talk to. Like if I didn't want to tell my parents something that happened, maybe I would tell my dog, and then I would feel like I got it out of my system and everything was alright. And when you're asleep and you think somebody's in your room, wouldn't you feel more protected if you had a dog sleeping right beside you? And that lets you know that if anything was about to happen, then they would start barking and they would wake you up. Also, when you have a dog, you just feel really protected. And like you could go basically anywhere with your dog. Like I ran away with my dog one time, and I even felt protected then, even though I was completely by myself and I was just with her. And it's just really nice to have a dog because even when your parents aren't there, say you're staying with your grandma, you could bring your dog with you and it could still feel like home even though you're not actually in your house. So I recommend getting a dog because it makes you feel more safe. You always have a friend. And even if you don't have a sister or a brother, it kind of feels like you do.